everyone, thanks for stopping by. It's Laurie Bly DIY, and today we are going to be making this super cute hanging 3D unicorn mesh wreath. And we're going to be adding in one of the little sock bunnies that we made in one of my past tutorials, which I will definitely link below. It's kind of changed up a bit. He's grown some cute little butterfly wings, and he actually has these little legs that are hanging over the edge of the wreath. I would love for you to be part of my YouTube family, so please don't forget to click that subscribe button below.
To begin, you're going to take a 14-inch wire wreath frame, and you're also going to use a hanging wire basket. Attached to the wire basket are 3 chains that are secured by clips. You just simply remove the clips and you will have 3 chains. You're now going to attach the wreath frame and the wire basket together. I used 4 of the zip ties that I did find in the automotive department at Dollar Tree, and I put them in 4 different places on the wreath so that it would be held tightly together. You can also use chenille stems, or you can use a twisty tie, whatever you have on hand that will keep the basket and the wreath secured tightly together. I then snipped off each of the tails from the zip ties. And now you're going to attach the chains to hang the basket. I removed 5 of the links from the middle chain so that my basket would hang perfectly level. And now you're going to clip the outside chain on the outside support of the wreath. You're going to clip the middle one on the inside support of the wreath frame, and then you're going to clip the last chain on the outside. And as you can see, it will hang perfectly. Then use some white spray paint, and I sprayed the basket and the chain, but you don't have to do this, you can leave it black. I used 3 packages of the unicorn mesh, some chenille stems. I also used a 6-inch piece of card and a 9-inch piece of card, and I used 4 rolls of ribbon, 2 of the sparkly ribbons, purple and blue, and then I chose 2 of the decorative ribbons. You're going to take your 9-inch piece of card, and you're going to take 6 of the chenille stems, and you're going to fold them in half, and they will then turn into 12. And we're going to make 12 ribbons. Now you can use the full length if you choose. I then took my ribbon and I wrapped it around my 9-inch piece of card. It just makes it so much easier. And then once I completely wrapped it around, I just clipped both the ends. And then I had 12 pieces of cut ribbon. I then continued to do this for my floral ribbon and for the purple and for the blue sparkly ribbon. And now to make one of the bows, I'm going to alternate the different ribbons. So for this ribbon, I'm choosing the plaid, a sparkly ribbon, and the floral topping. And then what I usually do is just fold them in half, and I dovetail each of the ends. And after each of the ends are dovetailed, I'll fold my ribbons in half to find the center point, and then use one of the chenille stems to attach them together. You then continue to alternate the ribbons until you have 12 individual bows. And to make the mesh curls, we're going to use the chenille stems. You can choose to use them full. I like to cut them in half. And once you have them cut in half, you're then going to take your unicorn mesh, and I used blue and I also used white, and you're going to wrap it around your 6-inch piece of cardstock. And this, once again, just cuts the time in half of cutting them. So I just wrapped it around and continued to wrap it around until it was completely done, and then I just cut the ends. And once you do this, you will have your pile of unicorn mesh, and then you'll continue to do this for the blue and for the white mesh. And you won't need as much blue or white mesh as you will the unicorn mesh. So to make your unicorn curls, you're going to take 2 pieces of the mesh, and you're also going to take one of the blue mesh, and we're going to alternate them as we go. I then just rolled it up into a little bunch, as you can see, and placed it between my fingers to secure it. And then I continued to roll the blue and the final one. So you have a little cluster of 3 curls. Then secured it with my chenille stem. And then I alternated the blue and then the white. There are 6 sections on the metal wreath frame, and I used 8 of the mesh curls per section, so you will need 48 of the mesh curls. And to attach them to the wreath frame, all you do is use the 2 center bars, and what I like to do is place my mesh curl on top of them and then flip it over so I can find the center of the chenille stem, and then to secure it, you just twist them on tightly. And then you continue by alternating the colors. I started with blue, and then I attached a white and continued on in the same pattern. And once again, I turned the wreath over, found the center of the chenille stem, and then I just twisted it on tightly. When placing the mesh curls near the middle chain, you're going to make sure that the chain has 4 mesh curls on one side and 4 mesh curls on the other, so that the chain is completely centered. The colors are so pretty. And now we're going to attach our bows. We have 8 individual curls placed on the wreath, so we're going to attach a bow every 4th curl. So once again, you can see that there are 8 curls, and we're just going to attach them every 4th curl. And you attach the bow the same as you attach the curl. You just find the 2 center bars. I like to flip mine over, find the center of the chenille stem, and then you just secure them on. And you continue to do this until all of your 12 bows are on the wreath. And now we're going to use one of the bunnies that we made in one of my past tutorials, which I will link below. And he is going to be the focal point of the wreath. So we're going to give him a little pair of legs, and you're going to use one of the striped socks that match him. I have a butterfly headband and 3 chenille stems. We're going to begin by removing the tags, the wings, and the antennae from the headband. And once you have everything removed, we're then going to hot glue them onto the bunny. And using our glue gun, we're just going to put a line of glue along the edge of the wing and then just attach it to the bunny. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And voila, the bunny now has a set of wings. And then we're going to hot glue the antennae on top of the bunny's head. And I just used my glue gun and hot glued the antennae to the top of the bunny, using my scissors so that I didn't burn myself to place them down. And then I also placed the bow over them to hide where they were secured. And now your bunny butterfly is ready to get his legs. So we're just going to take one of the matching striped socks, fold it in half, and then cut it right down the middle. And if you watch the bunny tutorial, you'll see that we're going to make the legs the same way that we made the ears. So you're going to take 3 of the chenille stems, take one and twist it in half. You're then going to take the other and twist it in half. And you're going to take the third and twist it in half. You're then going to take all 3 of your chenille stems and you're going to twist one on one side and then one on the other side. And once they are all attached to each other, you're going to place the middle at the top of the sock, and you're going to place one stem in each of the little legs. You're then going to take your glue gun and you're going to put glue on one side of the sock, and you're going to roll the fabric into each other. You're going to continue to do this until both the legs are completely sealed closed. And once again, I used my scissors to protect my fingers because when you're working with a glue gun, it is so easy to get burned. We use the same directions in making the bunny in the bunny tutorial that I will link below. If you decide to make one of the bunnies, at that time you can add the legs as shown here. And here you have a set of legs for your bunny. To define his little feet, I decided to make 2 simple bows. I just took some random ribbon that I had and I just tied 2 little bows right on the white part of his feet. This is completely optional, so you don't have to do it, but if you like, it's just a cute little accent. And here you can see what the bunny will look like with his legs. We're simply going to attach them with some hot glue. So you just place it onto the top of the sock and sit the bunny on top of it. And once the legs are dry, we're then going to sit him inside the wreath. And to attach him to the wreath, we're going to use 2 pieces of wire about 12 inches or so long. And what I did was just ran it behind the socks in the back of this little butterfly bunny on the bottom part near his tail. And then I used another piece of wire and ran it towards the upper part of his body to kind of balance him so when he's sitting in there, he won't topple over. And now you can decide where you would like your bunny to sit on the wreath. In the front of the wreath, or you can sit him to the back of the wreath. To secure him to the wreath, you're just going to turn it over and then use the 2 wires to attach him to the back of the wire basket. If you decide, you can make more of the mesh curls and you can cover the whole back of the basket. I just chose not to do it because I knew mine was going to be facing a wall. And here is your super cute unicorn mesh hanging bunny wreath. See you soon!